What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is your boy adamslinkmedia. You know, there. Welcome to another crazy video. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you guys are watching this video from. I hope you guys are very much doing okay. So we have so much to discuss, guys. We will check out some Chris Brown news, and also Rema, who recently revealed in a new music video that is told a laptop. And also we're going to talk about aka funeral, then Burna Boy and other stuff in this video. So make sure you watch the video to the end. So let's talk about the most juicy issue currently. It's about Chris Brown. Of course, most of you know Chris Brown issue with Rihanna. You know when Chris Brown decided to teach Rihanna a lesson after apparently Rihanna hit him, and he decided to be like, you know what, take this, boom, boom. So that issue has been dragging Chris Brown for years. In fact, most of us believe that Chris Brown would have been on the same level with Michael Jackson as at now, but because of that issue, a lot of companies stopped working with Chris Brown. A lot of people stopped working with Chris Brown, and up to today, they still have that grievances in their heart. 14 years later, or close to or more than 14 years later, they still hate Chris Brown over that incident. So there's this particular Hollywood entertainer and singer, Chloe, who revealed that she has a music coming up 24th of this month with Chris Brown. Well, a lot of some of all those guys who are still really not happy with Chris Brown, we are blasting Chloe, how could you be making music with Chris Brown? 14 years later, you are still bittered. You honestly, don't you listen to yourself? 14 years later, you are still bitter. Well, Chris Brown never really mind until when one D-list celebrity, her name is Williams Kelly, decided to speak on this. She said, let him come out with his own record. So genius, so captivating that it makes us all forget he beat women. He can't, so he won't. So why does he do? What does he do? He slowly crept back into the mainstream by getting some small nods for features on black women merit. Black women are more talented, more worthy, but give him the okay. I am watching the effing hair right now. Garbage. She said Chris Brown is slowly crawling into the mainstream using black women. Are you serious? Chris Brown, who just sold that O2 Arena 3 times in a row, currently is still there. Performed the last show at O2 Arena yesterday, 3 times in a row, exactly the way Whiskey did it. And you are saying Chris Brown is falling off? Chris Brown need anybody to go back to the top chart? Have you had influence? Have you heard Chris Brown's song? You that doesn't have any song, nothing, nobody know about you, are saying that Chris Brown need Chloe, who just started her music, who has not even achieved quarter of what Chris Brown have achieved. You are saying Chris Brown needed her. It's insulting. I think that's the reason why Chris Brown said, well, you guys are not giving me respect enough, and I want to deal with you guys. So Chris Brown went all out. On this woman. Let me just read some few comments coming from Chris Brown. Firstly, he said, if y'all still hate me for a mistake I made as a 17 years old, please kiss my whole entire ass. I'm effing 23. I'm so tired of y'all with this narrative. You're weird. Are the same ones, guys, are the same ones, sorry, because most of it are mute. I think I should go over to Chris Brown's story so I will read it directly from there, because we are trying to mute the whole talk. Then he said, guys are the same ones that tune in every week to see Blueface and Christine beat the F out each other in front of the whole world, but that's okay. It's entertainment. All yo can suck my cucumber disrespectfully. Where are the cancel culture with these white artists that date underage women, beat the F out their wives, give girls AIDS, Oh, that's right. They are your bodies. No more fake love from me. Stay out my way or get ran over. Simple as that. None of you and I mean none of you guys can mess with me. Then, you know about Christine and Blueface. They are on the Zeus network. Everyone is watching them every day. They are happy to see Christine and Blueface beat up each other. It's entertainment for them. But when Chris Brown did it behind closed door, because it wasn't televised, it wasn't entertainment for you. You were just exaggerating Chris Brown, maybe carry a gun, all those kind of thing on Rihanna. I think the society has a serious problem. Then Chris Brown posted all the white male entertainers that he thinks should people should be calling out on, who have all the white privileges, and they have they have been disrespectful to their girlfriend, to their wives, and beating their wife, and it's on record that they were persecuted, but they can get the goal, and they are loved by so many. But what about him? Why is he not loved? Why is he not loved? Why are you guys letting these people go? Why are you guys letting these people go? And meanwhile, you are trying as much as possible to make Chris Brown the victim. For 14 years now, he was 17 when he committed that crime, but you guys are still holding him. While all those guys are going on about their life, becoming the best version of themselves, but you don't want Chris Brown to be. You see, white privilege. So that's exactly what Chris Brown was trying to point out yesterday. And of course, the Blueface, of his name was mentioned, but respectfully, he reached out to Chris Brown and be like, Chris Brown, come on, man, you should be mentioning my name. I have no issue on this. Stop mentioning my name, Chris Brown.
Chris Breezy, beat the Yaki. What's happening, cuz? Look, check it out. I understand the frustration, fool. For me being in the situation. I'm not even gonna trip on you, because the message you trying to send is way off. I get it, bitch hit me. It's funny, I hit her back as fuck Blueface, so I totally get it. That'll be the most irritating thing ever. But you gotta play the cards that you was dealt. You on some, but they did it too. Why aren't you guys telling them anything type shit? And it's like, bro, life don't work like that, man.
I barely hear what he's saying, and obviously, Chris Brown was frustrated. That's why he mentioned Blueface name, and although he really never really mentioned any black act entertainers that one time beating a woman before, he just called out the white entertainers. And well, that's the whole Chris Brown issue yesterday. Chris Brown was really hot. Don't say Chris Brown has fallen off. That is disrespectful. Chris Brown has never fallen off. Have you checked his record? Have you checked his views? Have you checked his monthly listener on Spotify? That woman, Kelly Williams, respectfully, nobody know her. I've never heard about her music before. She's not known. She's not known. Well, let's move past that. Let's talk about Rema. Rema just revealed that he stole a laptop years ago. And he said, I had to steal this laptop because I needed money to take care of my mother. She was expecting a child, and people were making fun of her. I was the man of the house, and I needed to prove to people that I can take care of my mom. So that was the reason why Rema stole his friend's laptop years ago. Just imagine that friend. I'm trying to put myself in that Rema's friend's shoe. Just imagine, like myself, my phone I bought 600 or something thousand naira just misplaced. I put it in my house and it just lost. And my friend was there and a few family members, and I couldn't find it till today. So just imagine your laptop just missed and your friends were with you. And Rema just revealed that he was the one that stole the phone. Well, let's listen to some of that song yesterday Rema dropped. Man, honestly speaking, nobody can say this sweet. Rema is one of the most top entertainer currently. Top. Holiday. Every day in a holiday. Oh, yeah, day. Oh, Rema, you don't try. He said, remember those days. Fast forward to today. Every day in a holiday. Well, it makes me even remember my story. For those of you who have been with me for a long time, you remember. Go watch my old video. You know how we started now. You know how we started this channel. You know how it started. Although it's moving slowly, if we get there, you know how it started. It's okay. I'm very, very much pleased with where it's going. It's okay. Well, so big up to Rema. I think Rema should immediately go and replace that laptop. I think he may have definitely done that. Called my guy, said, guy, remember that year me your laptop lost? Now me teach your laptop. You know what I'll do for you now? I will send you $20,000 in replacement of that laptop. Please forgive me. Yeah. If somebody can call me years later and just tell me, Adam's Link, I stole your phone you bought that day. I needed to use it to do some really important stuff. I needed that money. I needed to sell that phone to use to do it. I will understand. The next thing that I want to hear from you is that, Alpha, oh yeah, send me your account. I want to transfer 10 million naira to you. That I will really, really appreciate it. Do not call me tomorrow to tell me you are the one that stole my phone and ask for forgiveness just like that. I will trace you and deal with you. Make sure you carry money along with you to beg. Do not say, please forgive me without bringing out money. I will be so mad. Do not. Well, big up to Rema, and I hope he did the right thing. So AKA was laid to rest yesterday. May his soul continue to rest in paradise. One of the craziest part about that whole scenario was that of his daughter. His daughter was trying as much as possible to hold it together. His daughter is apparently 7 years old, yeah, thereabout. She was trying to hold it together and she cried. You saw the way she was hugging, and my mom was trying to be really, really comforting to her. Man, no daughter had to go through anything. Even the father had to cry. The father of AKA had to cry. No daughter had to go through anything of such. Honestly, no one. It's sad. And then, like I've said before, after all the investigation so far for the past how many days, the only thing the police could come up with is that. The only thing the police could come up with is that AKA, they believe AKA was assassinated. What the hell are you talking about? We already know that AKA was assassinated. We saw the video. We want you to tell us something that we do not know. Well, they said they are suspects, however. They said they are suspects, so we are still watching the matter closely. All the way from Nigeria, we are watching the matter closely because AKA means a lot to the culture, and we do not just take lightly for a 7-year-old daughter to lose his father. No, we do not. We must be sympathetic towards that. So let's listen to the message from Burna Boy the other day. I already talked about this, and still listen to it. There's something I want to point out.
Fuck is all of that about? I just heard he died. Seen that video at the restaurant. Took me out of a positive mood. Took me back to that day when you saw my gun and you said I was wild. Then I told you you should have one too. Cause it weren't like niggas wasn't dying, but I thought you knew. And I ain't really fuck with you, but I didn't want you dead. It was like that with me and you. Wicked. I hope they got you ever did you wicked. Hope you rest in peace, even though you ain't kicking. End of the day with some grown ass niggas.
So if you recall the line, he said, you remember when AKA saw his gun, and AKA said, man, you are wild. Then he told AKA, I think you should get one too. Well, a lot of South Africans think that Burna Boy is just forcing this message. He's just speaking his heart now. He's speaking his heart. You might think it's forced or not forced, but he's speaking his heart. That's what is felt. That's his feeling. He's speaking his heart. Everybody has a way of responding to issues. Well, big up to Burna Boy for that. But let me tell you, even if I believe AKA must definitely have a gun, but AKA wasn't expecting it. AKA wasn't expecting it. It wasn't that he was faced with this. AKA doesn't even know who shot him up to today. If AKA spirit is not around, or anybody out there revealing to him who shot him, AKA wouldn't know who shot him, because it was just like this. He wouldn't know. He came from nowhere. Well, big up to Burna Boy, and to end this video, let's check out the two fights between slightly popular Nigeria comedians. I say slightly because they are not that popular, but one of them is popular though. Abuki, the Abuki one is popular. So they were having an issue the other day. So let's listen to what their fight is now.
I mean, they talk to you. I'm happy I was taught by God, and I'm blessing millions of people. So I not just know the talk.
I want to ask you some question, right? I mean, you come on live and say, okay, maybe people say Amen. I mean, normally you go see gay comment because now Amen. Go to your normal skit and post on the face. And then you expect that to read your comment. If you see two comments, make I die, make I bend.
Okay. Bro, that is your line. My own line is to come online and pray.
If you continue bragging it, I go just say, maybe collect that account where they brag on now.
You don't see do anything. See, God will serve there. God
Go
will serve, don't see allow. Unless they know because I deserve. Unless they see, I am not bragging for myself. I'm bragging for God. I'm bragging for God, not myself.
If you brag for God, don't be coming online and say, I'm the highest like I'm coming. How?
I'm just happy I'm doing the work of God. Please.
I go carry my koboko anywhere I see you. I go to flog you.
The spirit of God I serve will always guide me. You cannot see me. That's just the fact.
Well, the whole issue is that Father is not happy that that guy, the only thing he does is that he will just shout and tell people to click army. If you pray for people, originally they will quickly, and you ask them to click amen. People will quickly respond and they will click amen, amen, amen. You will have a lot of comments. That is known. So Father is telling him that, you know what? Stop doing that. If you want to know you are really a comedian, why not create a sketch without even asking people to click amen or this? You know, well, it's a way of I wouldn't want to bring down anybody way of hustling though. I wouldn't want to bring down anybody way of hustling. If that works for him, wouldn't fine. You should continue. So let me not just talk. Thank you guys for watching my boy Adams. Link, have a wonderful day.